Hello and welcome to Access UTV. My name is Michelle Edhouse, and today I'd like to talk to you about what is your definition of friendship, of if you have friends or not. I've been working with a client recently, and he was feeling really down in the dumps and really, I suppose you could say, teenage morose. And I said, "Oh, what's going on, dude?" And he says, "Well, I feel like I don't have any friends." And I said, "Well, what does friends mean to you?" And I'd love you all to ask this, whether you've got friends or not. What does friends mean to you? What does being a friend mean to you? What does having friends mean to you? And he kind of looked at it and he said, "Well, it's going to people's places all the time. It's hanging out, it's going into town, it's doing things with them." And I said, "Oh, okay." So if you were to look at what is a best friend, get the energy of having a best friend and what that means to you. And he described that, and so I'd like you to describe that as well. And I said, "So is there anyone in your life that actually matches that?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah, there's this person." It's like, "Okay, cool." And then I said, "So what's if that's a 10 on the friendship scale, what's a 1? And he described this person who had been bullying him at one stage and no longer bullies him, but the energy was of when this guy was bullying him. And so I said, "That's a 1." I said, "Great. And where would you put so and so on this scale? And where would you put so and so on this scale? And where would you put so?" And all of a sudden his face lit up and he's like, "I do have friends." I said, "Yeah." And when we watch movies or look at social media and all those things, it creates this definition. And it may be a correct definition for you, it may be an incorrect definition for you, but if that's the definition that you are living your life from, what is that creating? If you have a definition of what a friend is, or what friendship or having friends means, and what's going on in your life doesn't meet that definition, you may get upset about it. But what if you look at what's true for you? One of the questions I asked him about the person that he put as his best friend, I said, "So, if 10 years down the track you got kids and you're writing your will and there's no one in the family left, maybe, whatever, would you be willing to put this person as inheriting your children?" And he's like, "Yeah, I would." And to me, that is a definition of a best friend. If you trust them enough to trust them with your children if you're not around, to me, that's one of my definitions of a best friend. So what is your definition of a best friend? What is your definition of having friends? And what is your definition of having no friends? Everything that is. Would you be willing to look at it and see if it's still true for you and see if it's a point of view that you would like to keep? There's no right or wrong points of view in this world. There's just points of view that are working for you or are no longer working for you. And if you're continuing to function from points of view that no longer work for you or aren't creating greater and more joy and ease in your life, you'd keep them for what reason? So every point of view is just a choice. What choice are you choosing now with regards to your points of view around friendship? So everything that is, everything you're choosing. Because what you choose is what you create. If you choose to have friends, that's your choice. If you choose to sit around and not have friends and hide in your book like I used to when I was a kid, or hide in your computer games, or whatever you're choosing to hide in, that's a choice. But when you decide that you don't have friends because you're not good enough, when actually you chose not to have friends, or you're choosing to define what having friends is by someone else's standard that doesn't actually work for you, is that creating greater? So what else is possible with friendship that you never imagined possible, that your definitions of friendship are keeping you from having? All your definitions do is limit you from seeing other possibilities. What else is possible now? I adore you. Have fun and choose for you. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.